Hello there, welcome or welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Samantha and this is my channel where I talk all about books. Anyway, today I'm coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a challenge this week and try to read 100 pages every day, which is not like a crazy amount, but I feel like I often don't leave enough time in the day, and so then I don't end up reading that much. So yeah, I'm gonna try and read 100 pages every day. It's kind of a busy week this week. Today is Monday and I'm going to a concert tonight. I'm going to go see the Jonas Brothers and I am so unbelievably excited. I was a big fan of the Jonas Brothers when I was a kid, and then obviously like they broke up and everything, so I didn't really listen to them that much. And then when they released their album in 2018, when they reunited, or was it 2019? 2019, I think. Anyway, when they released that album, I got really into it again because I really liked that album. That one's Happiness Begins? Chasing Happiness? Whatever that album's called. Big fan right here. Anyway, I really liked that album. And I didn't like their album that they released last year, unfortunately. But in this tour, they're doing like all of their albums and I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm going with my sister, so that's gonna be loads of fun. And then on Thursday, I'm going book shopping with my friend. And then on Sunday, I'm running a half marathon again, which is insane. I can't believe I signed up for another one. I'm really annoyed at myself because the training for this one has not gone to plan. So yeah, I'm excited for it, but also like very nervous. Anyway, and then I'm getting married like in not very long. So I need to sort out everything for that as well. It's a bit chaotic at the moment. And I actually just DNF'd a book this morning. So I need to find something new to start. And I think I'm going to start reading The Great When by Alan Moore, because this is an arc that I got. It's coming out on the 1st of October. And I feel like if I don't read it now, then I'm not going to get to it before I leave for my wedding. So I need to get to it because I don't want to post my review late. And it's only just over 300 pages. So if I can read 100 pages of this every day, then I can get it done in 3 days, which would be excellent. So yeah, I think I'm going to start reading The Great When. I'm also currently listening to the audiobook of Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, which is a reread for me. I was listening to this last week as well, but I didn't finish it, but I'll probably be finishing it this week, although not today, because if I listen to anything today, it's gonna be the Jonas Brothers. Anyway, I've also got to do some studying, so I think I'm gonna go do that because it's like 11 o'clock, so it's kind of late morning. I really should have got started like an hour or two ago and I've just been procrastinating. So I'm gonna go do some of my course and then I'll start reading The Great When later today, and I'll check in when I'm 100 pages in. So yeah, welcome to the vlog and I'll see you in a bit. Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. I did not read 100 pages yesterday at all. I did actually read a little bit in the morning yesterday before I started this vlog, but it was a book that I DNF'd and I mentioned in my last vlog, so I wasn't gonna count it towards the pages. I guess we'll have to because I didn't read anything else. So yeah, yesterday I read 40 pages. Which is not too bad, but not great. Anyway, but then my sister took a half day yesterday for the concert, and so she was around and she was like, I want to hang out, which was fine. It was nice. It just meant that I didn't read anything else before we went. But anyway, the concert last night was so fun. Oh my god. I might say that's my favorite concert I've ever been to. Maybe, I don't know. That one was like the longest time coming because I was a massive Jonas Brothers fan when I was a kid. I think I mentioned this yesterday. But yeah, their first album came out in 2007. So I've been a fan since 2007. I definitely had their first album and their second album and I was obsessed. Especially with the second album a little bit longer. That was always my favorite one, I think. And so I knew that one so well. And I also knew the first album pretty well as well. But yeah, their second album, that's like probably my favorite. I was kind of ranking them last night with my sister. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I think I said that A Little Bit Longer is my favorite album, then Happiness Begins. I really like that one. Then Jonas Brothers, then Lion, Signs and Trying Times, and then the album. The album I don't actually like very much. I thought it was like very average. Although the songs that they played yesterday were pretty good. And there were some which I hadn't really listened to that much before. So yeah, it kind of reminded me that actually it's not as bad as I thought. It's not bad, but it's just not, like, I really liked Happiness Begins, which was their first album back after they broke up. Anyway, this is just turning into a Jonas Brothers vlog. I will insert some clips from last night. so much fun. The only annoying thing was we bought our tickets ages ago, like over a year ago. It was actually supposed to be in June, but then they had to reschedule for some reason. And I didn't think to look if there were more tickets available because we were in terrible seats. We were like almost as far back as you can get. Not quite, but almost. And it was like ridiculously far. And then it was really annoying because there were seats available like down, like right down. Like there were standing seats available. There were seats available there. And it's like, oh, why didn't they, like, why are they not trying to fill up the lower parts of the arena? Like, why are they sitting everyone back up here? Because like the top bit, which was where I was, that bit was like almost full. So I don't know. It was really weird and kind of annoying. And then we were literally like looking at tickets and we were considering buying tickets for lower down and moving. But by the time I'd like made that decision, you couldn't get them anymore. So it was like really annoying. But yeah, it was still amazing. And I honestly would love to go back again tonight because they're also doing it tonight and there are still tickets available. And they're less than what I paid for my ticket last night, but way better seats. And so it's like so tempting to go again. But equally, I'm like, I can't because I'm so tired today. We didn't get home till after midnight last night. Anyway, I also did buy a t-shirt because on the train there, my sister's like, oh my god, should we get matching t-shirts? And I was like, yeah, we should get matching t-shirts. And actually, I kind of wanted a different one, but now that I've like properly looked at this one, this is really cool. Really cool. How cool can you be if you're wearing a Jonas Brothers t-shirt? But you know, really cool. So yeah, it has all of the album covers on it, just their faces. Beautiful. And then on the back, it has all of the songs from the albums, which is amazing because we thought originally that it had like the different tour dates and locations, which I always find like I'm not that bothered about shirts like that, but this is really cool. I'm obsessed. And if you see me wearing this in videos, you just might. Anyway, I've been having a very slow morning because I'm tired, and actually I only woke up like 2 hours ago because I went to bed so late. But I'm gonna do some reading today. I'm not gonna try and like make up the pages from yesterday because I'm like not that bothered. It's not a big deal. Whatever. I knew it was gonna be a busy day, but I am gonna read The Great When. I did start it earlier, but I literally read like 4 pages because then Alex woke up. So yeah, I didn't read very much. But annoyingly, this book has super long chapters and I never like to stop in the middle of the chapter unless I absolutely have to. So yeah, I'm gonna read to page 125 today. That's my goal, which is chapter 4, which is like horrible. Why are the chapters so long? 3 chapters in 124 pages? Are you kidding me? I'll just check in with you once I've read a little bit of this. Maybe when I'm done my pages for the day, to be honest. I don't know. The writing style so far might be very difficult, but I'm hoping that it's just in this prologue bit and then afterwards it gets a bit better. I'll just check in with you later because I am rambling at this point. Hello, good morning. It's Thursday. Sorry I didn't talk to you yesterday. I kept on meaning to. I got deep into my DIY bride situation because I decided I was going to hand paint every single place card. And we have about 80 guests. And so obviously I need to make a few extras as well in case anything goes wrong. So I had to hand paint about 100 place cards. And I'm like, why did I choose this life for myself? Because I thought it would be cute, and it is. It's really cute. I only did about 15 yesterday, so I've got a lot to go. I was doing that and the day just got away from me and I didn't update the vlog. But I have actually read an entire book since I last spoke to you, because basically on Tuesday I kept on putting off The Great When. I read I think I read 4 pages in the morning, and then the whole rest of the day I kept on like just not reading because I would look at it and think, I don't actually want to read you right now. Anyway, and so then it got to the evening and I was like, okay, well I need to read something else now. I need to read 100 pages. So I picked up The Marionettes by Katie Wismer, which I have on my Kindle, and I read over 100 pages on Tuesday night. I read my like 100 pages or like just over, but right before bed, and then I tried to go to sleep and I just couldn't sleep, and I don't know why. It was so annoying because I was so tired but I wasn't sleepy, and the same thing happened last night. It was really frustrating, although last night I didn't give up and read. But anyway, so yeah, on Tuesday I gave up trying to fall asleep and instead I came in here, just my mom's room because she's not here at the moment. So I came in here and I just read instead. So I was like almost done my 100 pages yesterday morning. But yeah, I ended up finishing The Marionettes yesterday because then when I woke up in the morning I read some more and I was like, I only had like an hour left of reading, and so I was like, well, I'm just gonna finish it. And unfortunately this was not a very good book. It was very easily readable, and it was also very short, so it was easy to read it that quickly. But yeah, it was like less than 300 pages. This is like a paranormal romance series. It's the first book in the series, and it follows our main character Valerie Darkmoor, and she's basically a blood witch. And in this society, witches are sort of in charge, except they're not really. They protect the vampires because there were vampires and witches in this world. There are also werewolves, and there are other creatures. You don't really see them that much, to be honest. They're just kind of mentioned in passing, apart from one type of creature, but I won't get into that because that's kind of a spoiler. The main creatures are witches and vampires, and basically the vampires are sort of like the most important, and the witches are the protectors of the vampires, and I have no idea why because that was never explained. But anyway, she is a blood witch, and she's one of the last blood witches in this region, and basically she's in this academy, and when you get to your 3rd year in that academy, you have to go through these trials to become one of the Marionettes, which are like the specific vampire protectors, sort of, and it's like a very prestigious role. Anyway, so she starts doing her trials, but she's having some issues with her magic. She's supposed to be super powerful, but for some reason it's not working as well. Anyway, and then she gets her pairing because within the Marionettes, within the trials, they get paired up with a vampire for the 2 weeks that the trials go on for. So she gets paired up with the prince, who happens to be a vampire, even though his mum is the queen and she's a witch, and he's not half vampire, half witch. So I don't really understand. And being half vampire, half witch is like really dangerous. I honestly just don't understand this world at all because it was not well explained, and I like kept on thinking like, have I missed something? But no, this book just didn't give you any good world building, unfortunately. So yeah, I've left the book with so many questions, and I actually read some reviews of the second book to see if those questions get answered, and they don't. So I'm just like, this is missing a lot of important information. It was quite fun and quick, although at the end it got really disturbing and like I would say almost like body horror, which is not my vibe. I'm worried that the rest of the books will continue in that vein because I've heard that they're like really dark, and I think that when people say dark, they mean it's like body horror, and I'm like, I'm good. So yeah, it was okay. I ended up giving it like 2.5 stars. I was thinking 3 originally, but then I just had so many like issues with just not understanding what happened. Well, no, I know what happened, but I don't understand why, and like I just don't get why the world worked the way it did. So it was really frustrating because it could have been like a really fun time, really good. Could have read the whole series, but I'm actually just gonna DNF it now. Like I finished the book, but I'm not gonna continue on with the series. Anyway, and I finally read some more of The Great One this morning, and this book is not gonna be for me. This is so disappointing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna DNF this. I was gonna take this with me because I'm gonna go meet up with my friend and we're gonna go book shopping. I actually needed to go like 5 minutes ago, but it's okay. It's fine. I was gonna take this with me and read it on the bus, but I honestly don't think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna take something else instead because I don't want to read this. This writing style is not for me. Let me find a little passage that I thought was ridiculous. Okay, let me read you this little thing. It's from the prologue, so there's no spoilers, and like this doesn't give you any information anyway. This is what the whole prologue, the style of the whole prologue. Anyway, so it says, suspended in a sea of shoulders, forced against gabardine backs in angry intimacy, he relinquishes volition to the furious animal in which he has become component. He can only go where it goes, scuffed shoes commandeered into its millipedal shove, a passenger of the affray. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? I'm so confused, and it's all written in that way, and I'm just like, I can't read 300 pages of that. So I got through the prologue, and then I got to the first chapter, and it starts off with the main character jerking off to George Orwell, specifically 1984. He's trying to get himself off to 1984, which is the weirdest shit I've ever read. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be reading this book, which is annoying because obviously I got it as an ARC, so I'd like to give it a fair shot, but like I don't think I can because I'm not having a good time so far. I'm gonna try and read the first chapter, which is quite long because all of the chapters are very long. This book has 8 chapters and it's like over 300 pages. That's not okay for me. I'm a short chapter girly, like maximum a 15-page chapter. More than that and I'm struggling. So yeah, this chapter is like 35 pages and I'm like, can I read 35 pages? I don't think so. But I'm gonna read the first chapter probably later. I don't think I can do it right now. I'm so sad because the concept sounds really good, but I cannot deal with this writing style whatsoever. So I think I'm gonna bring my Kindle with me and I'm gonna read Air while I'm on my way instead because that's another arc that I really need to get to. This one and Air are both coming out on the 1st of October and I'm gonna be like in full wedding prep mode. So I don't want to have to worry about like writing a review. I'm gonna try to read at least the first chapter, honestly. This is so bad. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go because now I was supposed to go 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna go put my shoes on and I'm gonna go book shopping and I'm gonna take you along with me. I was gonna do a separate video, but because I like literally skipped a day of this vlog, I'm gonna bring you along with me. So yeah, we're gonna go to do some book shopping. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. I think I really want to get Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco because I think I'm gonna like that. And then I don't know what else. But yeah, I'm gonna see what tickles my fancy. I think it's probably gonna be romance or romantasy or fantasy. Like that's probably what we're gonna get, but I'm gonna see. Anyway, I will just talk to you when we're in a bookshop. Hello friends, good evening. I did some damage today. Oops. I took a few clips while we were out, but I didn't do a ton of vlogging because I was just catching up with my friend and buying way too many books. I bought 8 books. Don't tell Alex. Don't tell Alex. Alex don't watch this. He doesn't anyway, so it's fine. I also have a book from yesterday, actually. I bought this secondhand, and this is for a video specifically. It was more expensive to get it on Kindle than it was to get it secondhand, and my library doesn't have it, so I just bought it secondhand. It was really cheap. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to be reading it very soon for that video. It's a little spoiler, but that is Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I'm not going to go into what any of these books are about because I'm going to do that in a proper haul. This is just going to be the damage that I did. But yeah, got this yesterday. I will be reading this very soon for a vlog. I won't tell you what vlog that is either, but you'll just have to wait and see. We went to Hatchard's, Waterstones Piccadilly, and Foyles. And Hatchard's is like a really old bookstore, but it's now owned by Waterstones. And actually Foyles is also owned by Waterstones, which I didn't know. But yeah, we did go to all 3. But I'm gonna start off with what I got in Foyles because that's the bag that I have here. So I got 3 books in Foyles. I actually think the selection was better last time we went. They seemed to have a bigger romance section last time, or at least they had a better selection. Today I really wanted to get romance or romantasy and fantasy. That was like my goal. And I did also want to rebuy a book that I had to get rid of because my books went moldy. If you didn't watch that video, I'll link it up in the card. But yeah, basically my books went moldy and there were a few that I couldn't salvage. Mostly we were able to clean them off, but there were a few that were just like too gross and we had to get rid of them. But one of those books was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which I absolutely love this book. And so I was really sad when I had to get rid of it. But I really wanted to get this copy anyway because I think it's really cute. There's also this beautiful, gorgeous, stunning illustrated edition that I bought for my friend for her birthday a couple weeks ago. And I really want that for myself as well. I've already asked for it for Christmas, so hopefully. I don't mind having multiple copies of books. I am a multiple copy girly, but only for a few books. Like I don't want that many books twice, but like if they're my favorites, I'm happy to have it more than once. But yeah, I got Pride and Prejudice, which I will probably be rereading sometime soon because as much as it is pretty, I also don't mind as much if I annotate it. If I do get that illustrated edition, it will not be touched. I will read from it, but I won't be annotating it, that's for sure. I was quite unlucky with romance. I found one and I actually wouldn't have looked twice at this book, even though it's actually on my Goodreads TBR, but I wouldn't have thought of it. And then Evie, who's my friend who I was with, she was like, you have to read this book. She was like, if you don't like this book, I will buy it from you because I would like to own it because she read it and loved it. Anyway, that is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. I've never read anything by Sarah Hogle before, but I wanted to get one romance book at least because I don't have any romance books at the moment, apart from Weather Girl, but ignore that. That's for a specific video. But yeah, I don't have any other romance books. And so I was like, well, why not? If she loves it, I'll give it a go. Although she and I have very different romance taste. However, the tropes in this sound like something I would enjoy. So we'll see. Anyway, and then the last book I got in Foyles, I wasn't gonna get, but right before we left, we saw a sale section and I wanted to get this book anyway at some point because I don't own it, but I own the second book in the series. But anyway, that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I read this last year, loved it. Didn't really like Iron Flame that much, but it's okay. I will probably reread this book at some point, but it is pretty badly damaged. So this was in the clearance section and this was £1. So I was like, you know, I wanted to get this book at some point anyway, and it's £1. And I don't really care if it's a little bit damaged because I will probably break the spine and stuff when I'm reading it. So it's okay, I don't mind. And for that price, I couldn't say no, so I said yes. Anyway, so that's everything that I got at Foyles, and then I'll go through what I got at Hatchard's. So the selection at Hatchard's was alright. It was basically like Waterstones but smaller. Like, it was a good sized bookstore, but not compared to Waterstones Piccadilly, which is like 5 floors. It's this enormous building. Compared to Waterstones Piccadilly, Hatchard's was really small. Yeah, they had a decent selection, and I got 2 books which I've been meaning to get for a while. So the first one I got was Circe by Madeline Miller. I've been meaning to read this for years, and I always said like, oh, I'll borrow it from the library or I'll buy it secondhand, but it's just such a beautiful book that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it new, because I was like, I know I want to read this and it's kind of just really pretty, so I'd rather have it new. And then I also saw this and I just kind of had to have it today for some reason. I've been meaning to read it for a while. I actually own a book in the series, but it's like much further in the series, and that is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I've just heard so many good things about this series, and I know that it's like multiple trilogies, but they're all connected and you have to read them in order. It's basically like one massive series, but I haven't read any of it. But I wanted to read this, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. I also just love the cover. It's like such classic fantasy vibes. So yeah, I got these 2 at Hatchard's. And then finally, we also went to Waterstones Piccadilly. As I said, the selection there was incredible. I spent quite a long time looking in the romance section. I couldn't find anything that I really wanted. I wanted to get Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, but they didn't have it at any of the bookstores we went to, actually. That was okay, because I got that other romance book, so it's okay. But I knew I wanted to focus on fantasy and romantasy today, because that's been my vibe recently. We'll start with the wild card. I was not planning to get this today at all, but I picked up Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the first volume of the Rhaeria Revelations, which is a series that's set after the Age of Myth, whatever that series is, which I recently heard Sydney from Sid Bookworm talking about that, and she really enjoyed it. And I almost bought Age of Myth, but then this one's set like 3,000 years later, so it doesn't actually matter if you read them out of order. And this one is just like a bit more of like a silly, goofy time, so I want to get this one. Also, this is 2 books in one. It's a bind-up of the first 2 books. I think there are 6 books, and they're all in bind-ups, so just 3 bind-ups. And so yeah, this is like more bang for your buck, so I ended up getting this, and I'm very excited about it. I've heard really good things. That was my wild card. Was not expecting that. And then another slightly wild card, except not really. This is on my radar already, but I didn't realize it was out, and it was like in the new books bit, and that is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, which is a new dragon romantasy. I think this was indie published last year and then has just been traditionally published. And I didn't realize it was out, and then I saw it in the new books and I was like, okay, you're coming home with me. And I had a gift card actually from Evie. She gave it to me for my birthday last year, but she said you have to spend it with me. So I've been holding on to it for like almost a year now, and we finally went book shopping today. Anyway, and so I thought, you know, this is what I used my gift card on, so I don't have to worry about how much money I spent on it because it was with a gift card. And then finally, this is a book that I knew I was going to get today because I really want to read it, and that is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I don't like this cover nearly as much as the hardcover, but it's fine. I'm still very excited to read this. I didn't realize this was standalone, so that's exciting. Cannot wait to get to this very soon, hopefully. I mean, who knows if I'm actually going to read any of these because I don't think any of them are on my autumn TBR that I just posted, but that's fine. Anyway, so we did some serious damage. 8 books for the shelf, 9 if you count Weather Girl, but that's literally probably going to be read and then maybe on hold. I don't know. We'll see. Some serious damage, but I had a really nice day. It was really fun. I feel like I haven't done that in ages, and the last time we went book shopping, we went last year, last summer, and I think I only bought 3 books, but I was very restrained. But today I was like, you know what? I want to buy some books because I barely ever buy books, so you know, it's kind of nice to allow myself to do nice things for myself once in a while. Anyway, and I didn't actually start reading Air on the bus like I said I was going to do. I actually just continued listening to the audiobook of Nevermore because I'm almost done. I literally think I have 1 chapter left, but my commute was over, so I had to stop. So I'm probably going to finish that this evening and then just kind of have a chill time. I need to go for a run, although I'm actually not feeling 100%, which is ridiculous because I was just ill last week, so I'm like, I can't be ill again, so I'm probably just gonna force myself to go for my run anyway. And then my sister's gonna come over because she bought some clothes and she wants to do a fashion show, so yeah, I think she's gonna come over and gonna cook some dinner, have a chill night, just stare at my new books because I'm so excited about all of them. Anyway, I'll chat to you tomorrow once I've read my 100 pages for the day and let you know what I'm starting next. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll chat to you later. Am I still in my pajamas at 1:30 in the afternoon? Yes, I am. Don't ask questions. It just is what it is. Anyway, hello. Good afternoon. It's Friday. I have a lot of reading updates for you. Firstly, I finished reading Nevermore yesterday and I ended up giving this 4 stars on reread. The first time I gave it 4.5. This time I feel like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a bit older, I don't know, but I feel like middle grade doesn't hit the same as it it used to for me. Even though when I read this, I was 21, so I was like already a grown adult. I feel like it just doesn't hit quite the same, but I still really enjoyed it, and I will definitely continue on with the series. In fact, I already am. I did start listening to the audiobook this morning while I was doing some laundry, but I've only listened to like one chapter. It's literally like 5% of the book. Yeah, I'll be continuing on with that, obviously. I decided that actually I am absolutely going to do enough the right whim, because I can just picture this putting me in a reading slump. If I try to force myself to read this, I'm not going to read anything ever. So yeah, I am not going to read this book, unfortunately. Sorry. Yeah, I feel bad because obviously I was given it as an arc, but like I just can't read it. Which in a way, I'm like, I still posted like a mini thing saying like I can't read this because I hate the writing style. And in a way that is a review in itself. So I wanted to start something else physically last night. And so I started reading Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. As I said yesterday, this is for a secret reading vlog. So I'm not going to give you my thoughts in this video, but this is the book I'm going to be reading. So obviously that's not ideal, but to get in my 100 pages a day, this is what I'm going to be reading. So I only read like 20 pages last night, and I've read about 30 pages this morning. So I definitely need to do some more reading later. However, I decided that I was going to finish off a course this morning because last week I started doing this teaching business English course, because when I signed up for my teaching English course, which I was doing for like 6 months, when I signed up for that, they gave me 3 free mini courses to do after I'd completed my first course. Anyway, and I thought I'd just try and tackle them before the wedding, but then I got sick last week, so I didn't end up finishing the business English one last week. And now I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to stress myself out with anything else, so I'm not going to start another one yet until after the wedding. Yeah, I decided that I was going to finish that one off this morning, so I just did that, and now I've got my little certificate saying I've done that course, which is great. And now I need to do some more of my wedding place cards. So in theory, I should listen to an audiobook while I do that, especially because I started 2 audiobooks this morning. Not only am I listening to Wondersmith, the second book in the Morgan Crow series, I also started listening to the Atlas 6 because that is for the same secret reading blog as this one. So yeah, I need to read that, and I preferably want to get both of those done before we leave for the wedding. Yeah, I was like, okay, I need to start listening to more audiobooks, but I'm not really feeling an audiobook today. I kind of want to rewatch Pride and Prejudice, so I think I'm going to do that. Even though I literally watched it in May, it wasn't that long ago, but it's like a lovely little comfort movie. So yeah, I think I might watch Pride and Prejudice and paint wedding place cards. And I couldn't picture a better afternoon, to be honest. So yeah, but I do think I'm gonna get dressed first because I don't want to get any paint on this shirt. But I'll check in later once I've read my 100 pages for the day. If there's anything else interesting happening, probably not, but yeah. Hello, good morning. It's Sunday, which was supposed to be race day. And I have unfortunate news. I did not do my half marathon today. It was supposed to be at 9:30 and it's still like happening, but I just didn't do it in the end for a few different reasons. First of all, I slept terribly last night. I think because I was like thinking about the half marathon and I was like really weighing up whether or not I should do it. And then also like just I haven't slept well all week because we were so close to the wedding that every single night when I'm trying to fall asleep, my mind is just like, you still have to do 1,000 things for the wedding. And like I really don't at this point. Like we're getting there. And like a lot of things we haven't even reached like the true time crunch. So it's like I don't know why I'm freaking out about it when I'm trying to fall asleep. So I slept terribly last night. And then at some point during the night I woke up and was awake for a little while and I heard that it was absolutely pouring outside. And it was forecasted to rain today, but I thought maybe it would be like just a little drizzle, not the end of the world. But no, it was pouring with rain this morning. And the course is like in a park, but like not on like the sidewalk, like properly in the park on the grass. There was already like a warning about like it might be muddy, so maybe wear like trail shoes, whatever those are. And so I was like, okay, it's gonna be muddy. I'm not gonna have a good time because it's gonna be raining the whole time. My supporters, like my family coming to cheer me on, they're not gonna have a good time because it's pouring with rain. Like it's not gonna be good. And then to add insult to injury, I actually injured myself last week again. And my whole training for this half marathon has been just fraught with injuries. I keep on hurting something, and if something hurts one week, the next week something else hurts, and then I've had to take so much time off. Like it's honestly just been not the best training experience, and I'm really disappointed that it's ended this way, that I haven't done it. But however, when I left my job at the library, I specifically set the due date of my books to today's date because the half marathon was like out there where I used to work. So I was like, okay, I'll do the half marathon and then afterwards we'll go drop my books off. However, obviously we didn't go. So I now have to go and make a specific trip just to drop off the books, which is so annoying. I haven't done a ton of reading the last few days either because I've been doing a lot of crafting for the wedding, and then while I was doing the crafting, I watched Pride and Prejudice on Friday and it was wonderful. And then today, this morning, my mom and I finished finished off some embroidery that we were doing. And while we were doing that, we watched Sense and Sensibility, which I had never seen before. And oh, I do have the book. I couldn't remember if I had Persuasion or Sense and Sensibility, but yes, I have Sense and Sensibility, and now I know what the plot is, so when I read it, it will be a bit easier. But I'm glad that I've now expanded my Jane Austen repertoire a little bit in terms of the films, not her books. I've only read Pride and Prejudice. All that to say, Jane Austen will be proud of me doing my sewing and watching her movies. But anyway, all of that rambling to say, I'm gonna go drop off these books at the library, make a special trip just for that. And while I'm on the train, and I'll probably take the bus to be honest, instead of walking to the station because it is raining, I'm going to be reading Weather Girl. I'm 94 pages into this, so needless to say, I have not been reading 100 pages a day. Honestly, I don't have that much else to say, so I think we'll just end it here on a very disappointing note. But thank you so much for joining me for this week. It's been a very fun week, apart from this disappointing end to it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below. And if you made it all the way to the end, please leave me a rain emoji down below so I know you got here. And also let me know if you've read any Jane Austen books and what your favorite is, or if you've seen any of the adaptations. Let me know what I'm missing out on because I would love to watch more. But yeah, that's all. So I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye.